Okay, today's the day. No more excuses. I've got to get all of these indoor garden projects done or at least started. Have you ever felt really behind in January with some of your indoor gardening projects and tasks? Well, that's how I feel today, but today is my first day of uninterrupted time, and I'm going to take you along with me as I get some of my January indoor garden tasks accomplished. We're going to be working with some herbs that I need to transplant and pot up, some basil, some rosemary that I took from my fall garden, and also sweet potatoes that I harvested in the fall, as well as Tromboncino squash and a few other little items that I'll share with you along the way. And if we haven't met before, my name's Michelle from Michelle's Garden Grows. On this channel, we talk about practical gardening and gardening for the body, mind, and soul. If those topics sound of interest to you, don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our garden talks. And thanks for hanging out with me today. This is Minnie. She's our 16-and-a-half-year-old dog. She's on palliative comfort care these days. She's got a lot of dental disease and pain, and we're just giving her pain medicines like anti-inflammatories, gabapentin, and she's on some antibiotics for her teeth right now. So I'm trying to give her medicine before we get started. And she always looks at me like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to when you look at that phone? This is nothing fancy, just real life of a backyard suburban gardener in January trying to catch up from the busyness of the holiday season. So today isn't about perfection. It's about using and not wasting what you grew, learning as you go, and progress over perfection. Gardening isn't just about summer, but it's also what you do with what you grew later in the season. And I need to get some of these garden tasks done. First up is basil. This basil came in from the garden before the frost, and basil doesn't like any temperatures colder than about 50 degrees. It depends on where it's sitting in your garden and how much sun it gets, but generally it doesn't do well once it gets under 50. And when I first brought it in and potted it up in these pots, it did really well. I had it under grow lights for a long time, but I just recently in December moved it into a windowsill area, which really isn't enough to keep it going all season, but it's doing pretty well. I have been able to use a little bit of it, but I'm going to repot it just because I feel like it needs a little boost. And I'll add some worm castings and a little fresh potting. It really does better the more you harvest from it, and I have been able to harvest some. Let me know in the comments if you've been able to overwinter basil before. I know a lot of people say they have challenges with it, but I would love to know. Next up is this rosemary that I harvested before the frost. I cut it and then tried to propagate it for weeks in this little vial, and it has grown roots, but rosemary is a woody herb and it likes bright light, sun. It does not like its roots soggy, and I hope that I have not waited too long to try to pot this up. But a lot of people, if you want to start it indoors for the summer, then you need to plant it indoors by seed 10 to 12 weeks before your first frost date. And that's why a lot of people like to just take cuttings to grow their rosemary. But I've been experimenting with this one, and so far it's living, and I'm going to try to transfer it into a pot today. Next up is Tromboncino squash. This has been sitting around literally staring at me. Look how large this is. The reason I really wanted to grow Tromboncino squash is that it's more resistant to squash vine borers, even though I will have to say I did get a squash vine borer, but it did not take the plant out as easily as it has other types of squash that I've had in the past. Was it 100% successful in my garden? I would have to say no. I did get a squash vine borer, and I only harvested about 5 or 6. We got quite a few in the beginning of the season, and then right before the first frost it started really producing, but they never got fulfilled. They never grew into a full-size squash because the frost came. So my hope with this today is that I can get it peeled and cut up so that I can make some soup with it here in the near future. I love butternut squash soup, so I think I'll like soup made out of Tromboncino squash as well. I'm also going to show you one of the projects that I have procrastinated on for way too long. It's Artisan Sourdough Kit by Cultures for Health. I have no excuse. This has been sitting around for over 2 years. Okay, I'm starting to feel really overwhelmed, like this is too many projects to try to handle in an afternoon. I really should have started early this morning. Okay, 1 down, 4 to go. The first one's peeled and it looks like a smiley face. But it's pretty cold out in the garage, so got to bundle up. Let's go. So here's what the messy garage looks like. I don't know if you have a garage like this, but I have this wonderful potting bench, but look at the mess. It's absolutely a mess. Oh my goodness, these sweet potatoes are heavenly. Thanks for hanging out with me today while I get some of these January indoor garden projects done. And I would love to know in the comments, what are you working on in January? Do you have old harvest laying around like I do? I would love to know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. If you enjoyed this real life indoor January garden project day, please like, subscribe, and comment what you're working on in January in your kitchen, in your garden. I would love to hear from you. And until next time, happy gardening.